Hello student, this is the practical of object oriented programming using C++. Now you are watching a laboratory manual for OOP using C++. So from today we will start our practicals. Before going to start our practical, we will see the instruction which are given to the students when using the laboratory manuals. So I have already sent the PDF of object oriented programming lab manual to you. So this is our practicals. In this object oriented programming, total we have 19 practicals. Now we will see some instruction for the student. So see here, for incidental writing on the day of each practical session, every student should maintain a dated logbook. So you have to use the dated logbook for these practicals. And apart from this laboratory manual, which has to submit for assessment to the teacher in the next practical session, you have to write it into the logbook. For effective implementation and attainment of the practical outcome, in the beginning itself of each practical, student need to read through the complete write-up including the practical related questions and assessment scheme of that practical sheet. So we will see practicals one by one. Before that, you have to read all the information which is given under the each and every experiment for the easily understanding of the practical. Student ought to refer the reference book and lab manuals. And last, students should not hesitate to ask any difficulties they face during the conduct of practicals. So this is an online practical session. If you have any problems, you can easily ask to me. Okay. So here is our first practical. Practical number 1, develop minimum 2 programs using constants, variables, arithmetic expression, operators, exhibiting data type conversion. So first of all, we will see what are the significance of this practical. Declaration of constant and variable facilitate the evaluation of arithmetic expressions in real life problems. The data type conversion helps in real life problems to get the accurate result of evaluation of arithmetic expression. Now we will see which POs are related to this experiment. So basic knowledge, discipline knowledge, experimental and practice, engineering tools and communication. These are the relevant program outcome of this practical. Now after completion of this practical, you can easily define and declare constant and variables. You can use data type conversion. You are able to compile the program and debug and execute the program. So this is the relevant course outcome of this practical, that is a develop C++ program to solve problems using procedure oriented approach. The practical outcome is here: write or compile, debug, execute simple C++ program using constant, variables, arithmetic expressions and data type conversion. Now for performing this practical, you have some minimum theoretical background. So what is in the theoretical background? So C++ basic input output. In this we will see the header file, that is IO string, IO manip and F string. So these are the different header files we are going to use in our practicals. You can read this all into the PDF of manual. So in the C++ program, Cout is the standard output which is used to display the sentences on the display screen. Cin is the standard input stream. By using this, we can read the input from the user or we can read the input from the console. Now standard end line, that is end L, which is used to insert a new line character and flushes the string. Next, what is constant? So a variable which does not change its value during execution of a program is known as the constant variable. So we have already seen it into the first chapter. So literal constants, other literals. Now preprocessor definitions, hash define. So another mechanism to name constant value is the use of preprocessor definitions. Like hash define is a preprocessor definition. Now we will see the basic data types, that is a integer, long integer, float, double, long double, character. It has some description of this, and this column shows the size of that data type. Now variable is a location in the computer memory which can store data and is given a symbolic name for easy reference. The variable can be used to hold different values at different time during the execution of a program. So here is a declaration of variable and initialization. Float, total. Now total is a variable name, it is an identifier and it has the data type float. Now x and y, these both are the integer type of variable. Now here we are assigning the value 20 to the variable a, it is known as a initialization. So here at the time of declaration we can initialize the value like data type variable name equal to value, semicolon. Now type conversion. So the process in which one predefined type of expression is converted into another type is called as a conversion. There are two types of conversion, that is the implicit and explicit conversion. We have already seen this implicit and explicit conversion in our first chapter. Now see here, resources required. To perform this practical we require these resources, that is the hardware, computer system, the specification of that is computer RAM minimum 2 GB, HDD 40 GB and above. Now in operating system we can use the Windows or Linux, and software we require the Turbo C++ version 3.0 or other. Now precaution, handle computer system and peripherals with care, follow safety precaution. Now resources used, here we have to write actual resources we are using at the time of practicals. In the result session you have to write the result or conclusion of this practical. So you use 200 pages notebook for this practical and write all these things in your notebook. So practical related questions. These are the practical related questions, and at the time of practical we have to solve this. So see here, first question is the constant variables can be created in C++ by using the correct hash define. Okay, it is a preprocessor, and to declare a constant variable we require this hash define. So correct answer is a B. In notebook you have to write the question and all these 4 options, and after that you can write the correct answer, that is a B, hash define. Now second question is state output of the following code. We can orally calculate the output of this program. First we will see how to find out answer of this or output of this program. So for this we are using the Turbo C software. So this is a new file, it is an editor to write the C++ program, and to save the file we require the save option. Here we are writing the suppose 123.cpp. So now we will find out the output of this code. So hash include ioslim.s. We are going to use getCS functions. For that we require the conio.h. It is already covered into the C programming void main. So type def integer. Now num is the, we are using here type def keyword. So now num is worked as the integer data type. Means what? By using the num variable we can create the variables having the integer data type. Now see here, instead of writing integer we are using the num a equal to 10, b equal to 15. Now num c equal to a plus b plus a minus b, plus a minus b semicolon enter and c out here c. Now get ch. See here what? Now this num is working as the integer data type. So here instead of writing integer we are writing the num. Num a equal to 10, b equal to 15 means what? Now a and b both are the integer type of variable and c is also integer type of variable, because this num is a type def of the integer. Now we will see the output. To execute this program, first we have to compile this program. So compile. Okay, it is successfully compiled. Now run this. So what is the output of this program is 20. Why 20? Because a is equal to 15, b is equal to, sorry, a is equal to 10, b is equal to 15. So 10 plus 15 is 25 plus 10 sorry 10 plus 15 is a 25 plus 10 is a 35 minus 15 is a 20. So correct answer is a 20. So the correct answer of this second question is a 20. Now third question is, regarding following statement, which of the statement is true? Constant integer a equal to 100. Constant integer a is equal to 100. So see here, declare a variable a with 100 as its initial value. So second is a declare a construction a with 100 as the initial value. Third is a declare a constant a whose value will be 100 and construct an integer type variable with a as identifier and 100 as a value. So what is constant integer a equal to 100 means what? It declares a constant whose value will be 100. So the third, that is a C option, is a correct. Now fourth, which of the following statement is not true about preprocessor directive? So what is preprocessor directives is? That is a hash include, hash define. These are the preprocessor directive. These are lines read and proceeded by the preprocessor. It is correct. They do not produce any code by themselves. It is also correct. This must be written on their own lines. That is the initialization of the program. We have to write the preprocessor directive. Last one is they end with a semicolon. So see here is a preprocessor directive, that is include iostream.h hash define. So there is no semicolon. So this is the correct answer. They end with a semicolon. It is not true because they don't require any semicolon. So the answer of fourth question is a D. They end with a semicolon. So these are the answer of these 4 questions. Now we will see the exercise. Attempt question number 1 or 2 and question 3A or B. First we will see the question second, that is write a C++ program to demonstrate the use of operator precedence. After that, the answer of this first question you have to write your own because it is very simple program. So this is the sample program of the first practical, and this program will demonstrate the use of operator precedence. See here, main integer a equal to 20, b equal to 10, c equal to 15 and d equal to 5, and integer e. So see here, e equal to a plus b into c divided by d. So what is 30 into 15 divided by 5? How? The a plus b is 20. So first we will solve the bracket because it has the higher precedence. So a plus b is 20 plus 10 is 30. Now into c is 15 and then divided by d is 5. First it will solve this bracket because it has the highest precedence. After that, multiplication and division, these are the 2 operators and it has the same precedence, but the associativity is from left to right. So it will first calculate the multiplication and then division. So 30 into 15, so 450 divided by 5 is the 90. So answer is the 90. See here. Now in bracket a plus b into c divided by d. Again it has the same because a plus b is 30 into 15 divided by 5. It also has the answer 90. Now next is a e equal to a plus b into c divided by d. First it will solve the first bracket, that is a plus b is 30. Now c divided by d means what? 15 divided by 5. It has the answer 3. So 30 into 3, the answer is 19. And last, e equal to a plus in bracket b into c divided by d. So b into c, first it will solve the b into c, that is a 10 into 15. So 10 into 15 is 150 divided by 5. It will solve first the division. 150 divided by 5 is a 30. Now plus 20 is the 50. So answer is a 50. We will execute this program. Now this is the answer of this program, that is a plus b into c divided by d is 90. In bracket a plus b into c bracket divided by d is 90. A plus b into c divided by d is 90 and a plus b into c divided by d is a 50. So this is the program which demonstrates the use of operator precedence. Here bracket has the first precedent, then multiplication sign and then division sign. Now we will see the output of this. We will solve the third question, that is complete the given table. Here we have to write and justify our output. So here we can easily calculate the output of this program. How? So float r is equal to 2, float circle equal to 2 into pi into r, cout circle. So here we can see here hash define pi 3.14159. So this is the pre-processor. Here we are defining the pi constant, it is a pi constant. So what is the formula to calculate the radius of circle is a 2 pi r. So here we are writing 2 into pi. In that 2 into, it compiler takes the value of the pi, that is a 3.14, and into r. Again r is a 2. So 2 into 2, 4. 4 into this pi is 3.14. So what is the answer of this? The answer is correct answer of this is 12.56. The program for this question you have to write in your notebook. So I will just give some hints for this program. So you have to declare variable, that is x1, x2, b, a, c. So first you should declare the variables a, b, c and x1 and x2. After that, see here, minus b plus. To find out the square root, we have one function, that is a sqrt. We have already seen into the C programming. For that we require the math.h function. Okay, so square root in bracket b into b minus 4 into a into c whole bracket divided by 2 into a. What is the problem statement for this equation is see here, x1 equal to in bracket b plus sqrt, that is a square root function, in bracket b square means what, b into b minus 4 into a, 4 into a into c. The square root bracket complete, whole bracket complete, divided by 2 into a. Same like this you have to write for this equation again. Now we will see the next question. So here we will see the program, that is a float radius. Now f1 equal to 15.5, f2 equal to 2. So first, this is the program which shows the typecasting. F1 and f2 both are the float variables and result is also float variable. Now result equal to integer f1 means what? This f1 is a 15.5 but it converted into the integer data type. So the value of 15.5 becomes the 15 divided by 2. F2 is a 2. So it remains as it is, that is a 2. So 15 divided by 2. Now the answer of this is 7.5. But this answer of this both integer value remains the 7. Now integer f1 divided by f2, that is a 15.5 divided by 2. So value is in the float number but it again converted into the integer. So value of this will also define the 7. Now in this result equal to f1 divided by f2, that is a 15.5 divided by 2. And again result is stored into the float variable. So it will show the answer, that is a with floating point number 7.75. So this is the answer of the this program. What? 7. next line 7, last line 7.75. So this is the answer of this program. Now here we have completed our first experiment. For this practical you can refer these websites also. Here links are given, you can use these links. In the next session we will see the second practical, and before going to start that second practical you should read all the information which is provided under the practical number 2.